say you have to face yourself eventually, right? Yeah, I suppose they do. So you wrote and directed your own film. Yeah. So it's this film called An Audience with Death. I set out about a year and a half ago now. Gosh, it's been that long, a year and a half ago. I set out with, I had a script just rattling around in my head, and so I saw this movie about, it was a biopic about Steven Spielberg, how he got his start, and that really inspired me. It told me that anyone can go out and make anything. So long as we're operating on those rules, I might as well take that opportunity to really make something that only I can make, something that I really it needed to get out of myself and onto the page, onto film. And so I took a look around me and I gathered together as many people as I could. So to that end, I partnered with a local theater company back in my hometown, and I gathered together a couple of friends who we're all really wearing multiple hats on this, but yeah, we all came together. We had an excellent cast for this. I really respect all of the work that they put in for it. It was a completely volunteer cast, but they really gave it their all, and I respect that. Where can I see it? See. Yeah. So that's the tricky part. It's always finishing it. It is not quite yet finished, but it is getting very close. My brother, I enlisted him to make a score for me, and he is on the last piece. We just have to finish up that last piece, and that score will be complete, and then all that's left is I need to finally get around to editing the last couple of effects that are left. And what would you really say sets it apart from everything else? Really, I feel like a lot of media has this problem today, where a lot of it spends a lot of time preemptively laughing at itself in order to show that it's self-aware, in order to avoid the emotional vulnerability of really just letting a moment stand on its own, letting an emotional moment resonate with its audience, because that's a big risk right there. If you leave that emotion completely on the table with no bathos to undercut it, then that's really, you're exposing a part of yourself to your audience. And I think a lot of film these days is particularly wrapped up in avoiding really doing that. They're laughing at you. Pardon? So it's still not finished. No, it's not quite finished. The rough edit is together. We showed it prematurely to the cast and crew just to see what they'd made, but we have not yet put together a final cut. How aware are you of the fact that you're a fraud and a liar? Nothing is ever really wholly original. That's not a cardinal sin. You make bland, second-rate art, wholly inferior to the original. It's narcissistic and self-indulgent. You reek of insecurity. So much so that you waited until the last possible moment to film this very video because you were embarrassed by the vulnerability. You pretend like you've got it all figured out, but you don't. So what? Me pretending I got it all figured out, you know what? What more can I possibly do? The most liberating thing I've ever learned is that no one knows what they're doing. So all we can do is our best.